All right, the Dow Jones continued to the downside, down almost over 100 points today. So really have to see what's going on. We see this wedge is broken. We're testing this 10-day moving average, and we're actually testing these previous levels. We're getting right there to test these previous levels that we've talked about that were going pretty much sideways. If you look at the monthly, you can really see the sideways action right here. But monthly doesn't scare you as much as, of course, the daily, because you see the lower high continued and following through. So we have to see, we're at a 50, we're at a real pivotal point right now. So we really have to see what's going on. We can see 50, tested, got below it, recaptured it, got below it. This was real sloppy action. But then once it broke above, we continue to the upside. So really have to see what's going on right here, because right here, right now, things are really getting sloppy, and you don't want to be caught into like a range bound type of market. So we just have to see who's going to win, the bulls or the bears, and the bears are winning currently. But I just don't want to jump out the window and just start going bearish, because if you look at the weekly, you're like, okay, yeah, look how many weeks it's gone up. It was expecting a rest, and we have to see how this is going to pan out for tomorrow. Bigger thing you also want to look at is that the volume is decreasing, actually. So we have to see what's going on with the action tomorrow to really see how this weekly candle is going to close. Let's look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 continue to the downside. Pretty much same scenario. Rising wedge broke down. Second lower high right here, and again, we're right at this level where you could see this. So let me take some of this stuff off and kind of really start just fresh, just with a fresh set of eyes. And you see we got this going on, right? So you see we're at these highs right here, okay? And then you see that we got kind of this going on right here, and it's right there. So if you back out, maybe we were trading this range for a while, and we just want to see if it breaks out and continues to the downside. Now it's breaking down, but we just have to see. Again, you want to use just one single point. So let's add another one in just for giggles, because you got to remember that this was a level that was tested twice as well on this level. So it's not just one single line at one point. So basically this range. So we got to see if it's going to pop and continue to go up. Weekly, again, we're right below 10. Again, we have to see what's going on. You can see this range better on the weekly. You can see that's been pretty much about 3 weeks that we just stayed in tight here, and the volume decreased to the downside as well. So just really have to see how this is going to continue and go from there. We got the composite. Pretty much see that we're in a channel 5. On the weekly, we can see. I mean, it's pretty much looks good on the weekly, bullish, and we have this channel, and we're pretty much just getting to the bottom of the channel. So if we pop back up and get above this 10, can we reclaim anything? Now we have bearish MACD as well, but we just want to see how this stuff is going to play out, and kind of go from there. Russell, pretty much Russell, same thing. Try to pop a little bit off the 50, but it's still below. So we have to see what's going on, and it's coming to the bottom of this channel. So are we going to break this channel, pop back up, and go back down? No one knows. Only time will tell. But we see that this one didn't have that rising wedge pattern, but it did have that lower high that people traded off, and has continued to the downside. So we're coming to the end of the year, so things can get a little sloppy as well, because not only will you have this price action, which and then you also have that the market's volume might thin out from people starting to go on vacation in the next week or two. So you really want to be cautious here and see what's going on. But you did have some names that played out pretty well. I will go and say that I am lucky, because I was holding this. I actually told you guys I was holding this. I was expecting to get stopped out, and I didn't. It gapped up and it followed through. So sold a little bit of my position, but I am still holding, and we'll see if it comes back and fills this gap right here. That will be around my target, and then just rolling up stops and continue to roll them. So, and we kind of just go from there. Netflix actually looked really good today, and it's continuing breaking out above this level. I think that it might continue and definitely test this high, but who cares what I think, right? We see that we have this level. Let's look at the monthly, see if we can back out a little bit. No, it's not giving. So you see the cup. This is a cup and handle type of formation, broke out above. Um, and this one, quite honestly, I mean, if it's above 50% of this candle, I think we can definitely run for more highs. I would say that you definitely have the highs to go. I mean, you look at that, that's pretty much, that's pretty good. So, and you also have this channel right here as well. If you want to look internally through that, it's not a wedge, it's a channel. So we hit off the bottom of it. Now we're approaching it. Just got the MACD curl, so that's a good sign as well. You got Tesla. This one I got stopped out, and look at it. It might continue to go up higher, and it's above the 50. So it's engulfing these two previous days, and it's starting to have a little bit of increased volume, decrease in volume from here to here. Right here, right now, yeah, it looks pretty good. So I might see how this action plays out in the morning, and go from there. You got to remember we do have the 10 at 150, but a clear of 150 and it might be a really, really good look coming into place. So we'll play that out and see how that works out in the morning. Twitter is like, you know what? I ain't gonna stop. I'm not even gonna give you a time to get back in. So this one continues to go up, and it's been a bit of bear. I mean, it's pretty much moved. If you want to talk about percentages, that's a hell of a percentage. That's 26%. That's a lot since the break above this down channel. So again, everything is bullish for this. I'm not going to try to chase, and we'll see what happens. We'll go from there. We got VMware. This is a company that I actually really, really like because they do some really, really cool stuff, and they brought that virtualization to the make that you'll be able to not have 17 computers under your desk like back in the day. Let's see if this one is set up. If it can follow and break above this previous high, that might be something to look at. Western Digital as well. That one looks like if it gets above 80, it can really look good. New Skin. I got stopped out of this. I just want to let you guys know. I'm not here to make it look like I stay in and out of thing. So I will revisit it though. And 3D, I'm still in. If this one can follow through, this could be a good one as well. So it needs to definitely get above this high and above here. And we'll see. We'll see if shorts get squeezed on this, but we shall see. But it had a good turnaround today, which I was not expecting at all. Michael Kors looks really good, breaking above this on an engulfing pattern. So that's something that I would definitely revisit. That one looks really good. You got ones that don't look good, actually. F5 Networks doesn't look good. IBM, be careful because you definitely see that this is a previous level on the weekly. You can see that that's the 200, but more the price level than anything. So you really want to be cautious there. But if it breaks down, it could definitely see some low lows. Because I mean, if you took that 200 off, would you be bearish? Hell yeah, you'd be bearish. So don't let that 200 make you say, oh, that's the line they're saying, because it'll bust through that as quickly as possible. Johnson & Johnson broke the 50 as well, got back at this previous level that we stated before and sold off and continued to sell off another 2%. Microsoft did not like that previous level that we talked about before, and was looking to get it above this high, basically around 40, 41. I think it was 39.01 I was looking at, and it sold off from there. So we got to see how this one continues. You guys, Mosaic, is looking down as well. This one is just continuing to not look good, and it could definitely test these previous levels here and definitely here. Solar City is right at this line that we've been talking about for weeks. This pretty much on the weekly, this 52.50. So is it going to get above and hold it is the question. Really look at that volume on the weekly. You can see it's dying to the sell side, but we got to see how this candle, again, don't prematurely come out that foxhole just because of today, because tomorrow's a different day, and if it slams back down, the volume increases. But right now it looks like it can get back up, and actually it looks above 55.69 might look really good. So you really want to see what's going on regarding that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had for today. You had Amazon, that one that still wouldn't, you know, I'm not looking at that. LinkedIn needs to recapture above this, you know, 130, 239, excuse me, and that's pretty much it. So, you know, trade them well, be cautious. Just because a trading day appears doesn't mean that you have to trade it. If you feel uncertain, cash is a position, and sometimes cash is the most profitable position you could be in. So, take care.